Hello everybody, and welcome back to another game news roundup. Today we are going to discuss Black Myth Wukong, the latest absolute sensation, which to me, maybe because I wasn't paying attention, it feels like it blew up out of nowhere. I do realize the majority of sales are out of China, which makes sense since it is based off of Chinese mythology. But still, Black Myth Wukong, developer Game Science announced the action RPG sold over 10 million units as of August 23rd. And has also surpassed 3 million, a peak of 3 million concurrent players across all platforms. Mind you, this sales on August 23rd means it did it in 3 days. The game came out on August 20th on the PS5, as well as on PC on Steam and Epic Games Store, as well as the WeGame platform, which is exclusive in China. And then the game is also in development for the Xbox Series X and S, but it currently does not have a release date. So yeah, the developer tweeted, Black Myth Wukong has sold 10 million copies across all platforms. Date as of 2100 Beijing time, August 23rd, 2024. Thanks to all players worldwide for your support and love. Have a great gaming weekend. So yeah, 3 million concurrent players across all platforms. Peak concurrent players, with the majority of that being on Steam. Yes, the game is definitely the biggest out of all the platforms. Is clearly, if it's top about 3 million concurrent players, let's just say at least 2/3 of sales are on Steam. If not, actually, 3/4? Maybe more than 3/4 at this point. But we'll get into that in a moment. But there were reports. The game is not such a huge success, and even though the majority of players are on PC, people are buying PS5s in China, and there are now reports that, Sony didn't have enough stock, and the PS5 has sold out across China. This is according to a consultant, Daniel Camillo. At least part of China. PS5 stock selling out in China at... I'm not going to pronounce it because I would butcher it. Is the world's largest electronic market, so Shenzhen. It is now clear that sales are extraordinarily high, driven by Wukong. So the game, is the PS5 sales. So whenever we get to reporting August estimates on VG charts, hardware-wise, you'll probably see in the ROW, the rest of world, you might see a nice boost the week Black Myth Wukong comes out, and it's because of China. You're probably going to be seeing... we're still waiting on data to come in, but we're probably talking at least a doubling of sales for that week, probably tripling for that week. And that's generally just in China. We're also waiting on data to see how well it sells in Japan. But those numbers should be out later this week. But yeah, absolutely crazy numbers. So yeah, going back here, I got a ping on Discord. Someone's like, Jesus Christ, the game is topped 700,000, 800,000. Oh, got over 1 million concurrent players on Steam in the first hour. In the first hour, the game was available on Steam. It topped 1 million concurrent players. Actually, the time of me writing this article was at 1.1 million. And it moved up. It was the 7th game ever to cross 1 million concurrent players on Steam. And is already, and at that point was at 6th place on the all-time peak list on Steam. However, at this point, it has gone to 2nd place. It is the 2nd highest game ever in terms of concurrent players all time on Steam. So yeah, at the time of writing this particular article, it was at 2.1 million players. It was at 2.2 million players. So, yeah. We'll go to this list here. Alright, you see this here? This is in terms of all-time peak concurrent players, steamdb.info, but this is, all official numbers pulled directly from Steam. Number 1, PUBG Battlegrounds. I was like, is Black Myth going to keep growing? But no, it has, I say slowed down a bit, but not quite, really, considering it's a Monday. PUBG topped 3.2 million all-time concurrent players. Number 2, as you can see, is Black Myth Wukong at 2.4 million. Topping the other sensation, well, the one, I guess you could say 3 sensations from this year, because the other one being Helldivers 2. Yeah, Palworld in third with 2.1 million peak concurrent players when that came out. Counter-Strike 2, 1.8 million all-time peak. Lost Ark, 1.3 million. Dota 2, just under 1.3 million. Cyberpunk, 1.05 million. Those are the 7 games to top a million concurrent players at any given time on Steam. Elden Ring in 8th place. 953,000. Banana, 917,000. Now, yes. I was discussing this before we started recording this. Banana is the 9th biggest game of all time in terms of concurrent players on Steam ever. 917,000 concurrent players. Banana. What do you do in Banana? You click the banana, and the number goes up. It's a clicker game, except if you close the game, the number resets back to 0, I believe. It was basically kind of a scam game to try to make money. Because you earn, I forget what they're called in Steam. Little patches, little whatever things you could sell or whatever. Different special bananas. And then it basically kind of became ooh, I'll buy this banana for $5 and I hope it'll be worth $10 in a week. Type of thing. People would do this. They would keep playing the banana to try to unlock more expensive bananas. They kept clicking. They kept nods of I don't get it. It was weird. It was stupid. Kind of a scam. People made some money. I'm sure some people lost some money. The creator of the game probably got rich. I mean, it was free. It was so stupid. Anyways, we're talking about Black Myth Wukong and the top games of all time on Steam. Oh yeah, number 10, New World, 913,000. Of course, you look at 24-hour peak, 600,000 people still playing PUBG in the last 24 hours. At least peak concurrent players. Still 2 million Black Myth Wukong, 30,000 for Palworld, 1.3 million Counter-Strike 2. So yeah, number 11, we got Hogwarts Legacy, 179,000. I'm actually surprised that wasn't higher. Same with Baldur's Gate 3 in 12th place, 875,000 units. I'm surprised those didn't top a million with how much those are hyped up. Goose Goose Duck, don't ask. Top 700,000 at once. Apex Legends, 600,000. That one I'm surprised. Valheim's 500,000. Call of Duty, there's now a specific Call of Duty app for, I think it's Modern Warfare 2, 3, and Warzone. They're all together in that app. I don't know if that's going to be going forward. It'll be just that one app and you can access all the Call of Duty games. I'm not sure. Terraria in 17th. Capcom Arcade Stadium, again, these last bunch, just under 500,000. Life is Strange 2 in 20th place, 468,000. One thing actually surprises me in 22nd is Helldivers 2, with a peak concurrent players of 458,000. I'm actually surprised it wasn't much higher. I mean, I realized the game was still very popular on the PlayStation 5? Is it available on the PS4? I can't remember off the top of my head if it's available on the PS4, but definitely PS5. Yeah, 458,000 concurrent players on Steam. But obviously, some of these games are available on other stores on PC, available on consoles and whatnot. Like Palworld is available on PC Game Pass and Xbox, obviously, but not PlayStation. At least not yet on PlayStation. Black Myth Wukong, 10 million sold. But remember, they said over 3 million concurrent players, and it peaked on Steam at 2.4 million. So we're probably, I mean, what do we got here? Let's just say it was 3 million, right? Actually, I should probably do the 2415 with that 714 divided by say it actually just hit exactly 3 million. That would mean Steam, this is rough, is accounting for about 80% of Black Myth Wukong sales. Obviously, the concurrent player is probably higher than that, so we're probably talking maybe, say about 3/4, about 75% of Black Myth Wukong sales are via Steam. It's also available on Epic Games Store, as well as the WeGame platform, which I believe is only available in China. So we're probably talking 3/4, 4/5, 80%, maybe more percent of sales of Black Myth Wukong are on PC. While the rest are on the PlayStation 5. However, again, we did see reports of its PS5 did cause a boost in PS5 in China. And obviously, the one biggest thing about consoles in China, well, yes, the hardware, easy to get. You could buy a Switch, you could buy an Xbox Series X or S, you could buy a PS5. It's games. They need to be approved, I believe, by the government before they're released in China. So a lot of people who live in China end up importing consoles, usually from like Japan or other nearby countries, so they can get the full access to the full library, even though it's illegal to do so in China. So it'd be interesting to see the next update for Japan sales figures to see how much of a boost the PS5 got in Japan. Whether it's see how popular the game is in Japan versus people buying PS5 out of Japan to get imported, exported, whatever to China. But anyway, so yeah, Black Myth Wukong, huge success. 10 million units, so I believe it's $60. If I remember, actually, we can just open up the Steam page here, right? Yeah, it is $60. Digital Deluxe Edition is $7. But let's say everyone's bought it for $60. That is $600 million in revenue total. Steam takes a 30% cut. PlayStation takes a 30% cut as well. Epic Game Store is a bit less. I don't know about that other WeGame platform, but let's just say it's a 30% cut that they all take on average, right? We're talking $420 million-ish for the developer Game Science, which is pretty damn good for, you know, a single. I mean, you think about it, everyone's talking, oh, these big live service games. Let's get a game that goes on forever, but you know, nothing beats a good single-player game, for sure. Compared to another recently released game by PlayStation, which Concord, if you aren't aware, absolutely bombed. At least on Steam. Obviously, we don't have numbers on PlayStation, but on Steam charts, I mean, I feel bad for the developers because the developers are saying, you know, they love developing the game and whatnot, but on Steam, it peaked at 697 concurrent players, which is not good. And 262 players right now online. It is a live service game, although I believe it's the game sells for it's like $40 or $50. I forget, you know. But the game does not have. Actually, I guess I go to price history. Oh, no, it's 40. But yeah, it's $40. But I think all of the DLC, all the updates will be free. But it is sad to see a game, you know, any game that developers love putting into to see it flop. Again, this is just Steam. It is available on PlayStation 5. And we don't have real numbers out of PlayStation 5. Although, I guess you could go to the PlayStation Store and just see the best-selling games list and see how far down Concord is. But yeah, 697 is not good. There are other, I guess another comparison would be like comparing it to, say, Bleeding Edge, another, from Ninja Theory, Bleeding Edge, another game that did not do well. It peaked at 1,400. And clearly no one is playing it right now. It peaked at 1,400 on release. But anyways. Main discussion here was Black Myth Wukong. Absolutely selling gangbusters. Have you played the game? Let me know in the comment section down below if you played it. What do you think of it? You enjoyed it? Is it worth the hype? I don't know. I haven't played it yet. I've seen a little bit of gameplay. It does look fun. So I might pick it up at some point in the near future, potentially. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe, as I like to discuss the latest gaming news, gaming sales, latest gaming industry information. Anything I find that's like, oh wow, this is a big thing, we should probably talk about this, create a video. Yeah, and also I'm trying to get to 10,000 subs, and I am slowly actually going up slowly, so maybe by the end of the year it'd be kind of cool to finally hit that 10,000 sub mark. I realize that's a very tiny mark. I should be like, oh, let me go for 100,000 subs and get that 100,000, subscriber plaque. That would be amazing. But you know what? I do this for the enjoyment out of it and whatnot. And if I make a few bucks, cool. Goes towards buying games, new equipment for my setup, new PC parts or whatever. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch y'all next time for some more gaming news, gaming sales, and gaming industry information. I'll see y'all next time.